Your wallet is about to take a hit you never saw coming. If I-95 is any part of your life, if you drive it daily, occasionally, or even just once in the next few weeks, you need to freeze everything right now and hear this. Tomorrow morning, the most aggressive highway enforcement overhaul in American history goes live on the busiest road in this country. And the cruelest part of it is this: there are no warnings, no second chances, no officer tapping your window with a friendly heads up. The system sees you, identifies you, and before we continue, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us continue bringing you important updates, money-saving tips, and valuable information that can make a real difference in your life. Charges you and drops a notice in your mailbox, sometimes before you have even parked the car. I am going to break down every single new rule, every zone, every fine amount, and every action you need to take before you touch that steering wheel again. Do not skip ahead. Do not fast forward, because the change buried deepest in this update, the one that crushed drivers in the test zones over the last 6 months, the one that almost nobody is talking about, is the one that is going to hit the most people the hardest. And once you hear it, you are going to realize that virtually every driver on I-95 is already violating it without knowing it exists. Before anything else, if you know anyone who drives I-95, send this to them right now, not when it is over, this second. This is not a drill, and it is not a rumor. The era of passive driving on I-95 is officially over. What is coming tomorrow is a fully automated, artificially intelligent, zero-discretion enforcement network that turns the entire corridor from Miami to the Canadian border into a high-tech web of financial penalties. The old days of cruising 5 or 10 miles over the limit and only worrying about a cop hiding behind an overpass are gone. The human element of enforcement has been almost entirely removed, and in its place is a relentless digital eye that never blinks and never gets tired. The scope of this overhaul is unprecedented in American history. It is the result of a multi-year federal study and a coordinated response to the staggering death toll on this highway. Over 1,100 deaths were reported on the I-95 corridor in recent years, and thousands of crashes have turned this vital artery into a national embarrassment for road safety. The authorities are not hiding their intentions. They are declaring war on dangerous driving with a system that is designed to be perfectly efficient and perfectly unforgiving. Let us start with the most obvious and the most terrifying change. The speed cameras are no longer just a rumor or a pilot program in a single construction zone. They are going live across the entire route in a massive coordinated deployment. In many states, the law has changed dramatically. Previously, drivers in many areas were given a buffer of 11 miles per hour over the limit in non-work zones, but that cushion has been obliterated. In standard zones, the new automated speed enforcement cameras will trigger a violation if you exceed the limit by just 6 miles per hour. That means if the speed limit is 65 and you are cruising at 72, you are getting a ticket. There is no officer to pull you over and let you off with a warning. The camera captures your license plate, the radar verifies your speed, and the system generates a citation. But that is just the beginning. In high-density traffic zones and construction zones, which are marked by digital beacons that communicate with the system, the trigger point drops to a breathtakingly strict 3 miles per hour over the limit. If the sign says 45 and you are doing 49, you are receiving a fine in the mail. Think about that for a second. Most speedometers are not even perfectly accurate. The natural human tendency to drift a few miles over the limit is now a direct path to a financial penalty. The fines for these violations are not pocket change either. Depending on the state and the severity of the offense, the base fine for a first offense is landing somewhere between $75 and $125. And these are not static fines. They are designed to escalate with repeat offenses. In some jurisdictions, the legislators have specifically mandated enhanced enforcement zones where the fines will be a staggering 50% higher than the standard uniform fine. This is designed to hurt. It is designed to change behavior immediately. The cameras are not just looking for speed either. They are equipped with advanced sensors that can measure the distance between your vehicle and the car in front of you. This is where the hidden bombshell comes into play. This is the part of the new system that is going to catch virtually every driver off guard. Tailgating is now a fully automated offense. The system uses sensors that can measure the precise gap between vehicles and calculate the following distance in seconds. The rule is simple. You must maintain at least a 2-second gap behind the vehicle ahead of you. If the vehicle ahead of you passes a fixed object like a sign or a bridge, and you pass that same object before you can count to 2001, you are in violation. The sensors will detect this, the cameras will capture your plate, and an automated fine will be generated. The data from years of studies on Rhode Island highways showed that more than 60% of vehicles were tailgating during rush hour. That means a majority of drivers in heavy traffic are already breaking this law without realizing it. The cost for this offense is steep, with first offenses starting at $100 and escalating from there. This is the silent killer of the new enforcement system. Everyone worries about speed, but the system is equally focused on the gap between bumpers. The old habit of riding someone's bumper to pressure them to go faster or to prevent someone from merging is now a guaranteed way to get a ticket in the mail. There is another layer to this that is going to cause chaos for commuters: the minimum speed enforcement. On many sections of I-95, the minimum speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Driving too slowly in active lanes, especially in the left or middle lanes, is now a violation that the automated system can detect. If you are traveling below the minimum speed and you are not in the far right lane or experiencing an emergency, you are risking a fine. The first offense starts at $50. This is aimed at the drivers who create hazards by crawling along while traffic whizzes past them. The system is designed to keep the flow of traffic moving at a consistent and safe rate. If you are impeding traffic, you are going to pay for it. The surveillance is so deep that it can even see inside your vehicle. Distracted driving cameras are being deployed that can detect whether a driver is holding or using a phone. These are not just simple cameras. They have the capability to peer into the cabin and identify if a handheld device is being held above the dashboard level for more than a couple of seconds. If the AI detects this, it flags the incident for review. Because the technology is not yet perfect, a human official reviews the footage to confirm that the object is indeed a phone before a ticket is issued. The fines for distracted driving are brutal, often starting at $150 and going into the hundreds of dollars depending on the state. This is the end of the line for holding your phone in your hand while you are navigating, changing a song, or sending a quick text at a red light. The cameras do not care if you are stopped at a traffic signal or crawling in bumper-to-bumper traffic. If you are holding the phone, you are committing a violation. Even the high-occupancy vehicle or HOV lanes are not safe from the new technology. Sensors and cameras can now detect the number of occupants in a vehicle using thermal imaging or other advanced sensors. If you are driving solo and you cross into the HOV lane, the system will detect the absence of passengers and generate a fine. The penalties for this vary by state, but they are significant. And it is not just cars. The system is targeting commercial vehicles with equal ferocity. New sensors are being integrated into the roadway itself that can weigh commercial trucks as they drive. If a truck is overweight, the system automatically flags it for enforcement actions and penalties. This ensures that the heavy trucks that share the road with us are held to the strictest standards of safety and weight compliance. So what do? The first thing you need to do is change your entire mental model of driving. The goal is no longer to avoid cops. The goal is to avoid detection. You have to assume that the system is watching your every move. Obey the posted speed limits as if they are physically enforced barriers. Do not rely on the old buffer zones. The buffer is gone. It is 6 over or 3 over, and then a ticket. Drive with the flow of traffic, but maintain a strict 2-second gap from the car in front of you. If you are being tailgated, do not speed up. Slowly reduce your speed and allow the aggressive driver to pass you. Do not use your phone for any reason. Program your GPS before you start driving or use a hands-free mount. The system is designed to be fair, but it is designed to be absolutely firm. There are no warnings, no friendly second chances, and no negotiation at the side of the road. The violations are civil penalties, and they will be mailed directly to your home. The data from the pilot programs across the country show that this system works to reduce speeding and crashes. In Delaware, the introduction of speed cameras in a work zone led to a 37% decline in crashes. In Maine, officials noted that work zone crashes claimed the lives of workers and drivers, prompting a bipartisan push to bring automated enforcement to the highway. The authorities are not trying to bankrupt you. They are trying to change behavior. But the cost of ignoring this change is high. Your insurance rates will suffer, your wallet will suffer, and your peace of mind on the road will be shattered. This is the new reality on I-95. It is a gauntlet of electronic enforcement that rewards vigilance and punishes complacency. The time to adapt is now. Do not wait until the first ticket arrives in your mailbox. Share this information with everyone you know who drives this road. It is no longer just about avoiding the police. It is about navigating the most advanced automated enforcement system on the planet. Drive smart, drive safe, and keep your distance. Because the system is always watching, and it will not hesitate to take a bite out of your bank account the moment you slip up. The road has changed forever. Are you ready for it?